Windows 11 Universe, it's Xander, and welcome back to WWE 2K23 Universe Mode. Welcome back to TNA. On the road to Rebellion, which is only 3 days away. I'm used to saying 2 days away, but in this case it's 3 days because it'll be Sunday since Survivor Series is on Saturday. Speaking of 3, it's EC3 on his way to the ring, the #1 contender to the TNA World title, making his way down to the ring. The Overman, as he calls himself, took out Joe Hendry a couple of weeks ago. Laid out the TNA World Champion. So now EC3 on his way down to the ring. So let's hear what EC3's got to say here on TNA tonight. It has now almost been 4 years. 4 years since I was robbed of a world title reign. 4 years ago was my last run with a championship of any kind. 4 years ago, I beat two of the best of all time in the same night to win the biggest world title in the history of this sport. And it all went away for budget cuts. It all went away for a company making record profits in the worst year in history. Finally, after years of being silenced, years of being pushed aside, years of being on a blacklist in this business, they brought me home to TNA. I should have won last month at No Surrender, and I suffered that injury. I should have become the TNA World Champion on that night. And at the end of the night, they should have raised my hand, and they should have said, "Your TNA World Champion, Ethan Carter III." But then the injury. I was banged up, I was beaten down, and my destiny, my legacy was taken away from me. Once again, TNA fell victim to being robbed of EC3 ruling on top. Things have been changing around here. Lots of new names, lots of new faces. One thing remains the same. I am at the top of this company and will continue to be at the top for as long as I am here. At the end of the night, at Rebellion, you are going to have a new world champion, and you will all be able to say that his name... Oh, damn it.
And he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry.
Well, you rang. Not intentionally, Hendry. But I suppose, since you're here, I'll say it to your face. I will say to your face that I hope you've enjoyed your mediocre reign with the TNA World title. I hope you've enjoyed your reign with my championship. I hope you've enjoyed your reign as the most pathetic man in the history of this business to hold that prestigious title. Whoa, 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 whoa! That's a lot of negativity coming from you. But to say I'm the worst TNA champion of all time, well, I mean, that's quite the claim. Especially when some guy named EC3 exists. So, Carter, I'm going to continue to prove that I am not the worst TNA World Champion of all time, and I am a fighting champion, more fighting than you ever were in any of your reigns with the TNA World title, when I take on a machine later tonight in the main event. You're welcome to watch that. And I hope you remember what happened last time the two of us came face to face. I'll simply tell you this. If you thought the humiliation last time was bad, then you're going to truly learn what happens to all those in TNA who look for motivation from the answer to all of life's problems from the TNA World Champion. At the end of the night, everyone will remember what happens when you say my name. What, no music this time? Well, no, for that you'd have to say his name.
Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry.
I really walked into that one. Well, let's move on into our first matchup of the night, as here come the TNA Knockouts Tag Team Champions. Here come MK Ultra Killer Kelly and Masha Slamovich Killer Kelly. Gonna be in action here tonight in some singles action. Killer Kelly gonna take on one half of the challengers for the TNA Knockouts Tag titles. It is coming up this weekend at Rebellion. It's gonna be MK Ultra versus the Decay this weekend. As here come the Decay to the ring, the duo of Rosemary and Havoc. Decay made their official return to TNA last week as part of the big Fatal 4-Way elimination matchup, or Triple Threat elimination match, excuse me. No, it was a 4-way. Man, I had to record AEW this week too. I'm a little off my game. But nonetheless, Rosemary and Havoc, they swept the competition. Neither of them got eliminated last week. And so now Rosemary and Havoc have made their way to the ring. Let's get our first match underway tonight. Killer Kelly and Rosemary one-on-one. Here we go. Rosemary out of the gate with a clothesline, taking her down. Now Rosemary grabs the rope, springboard, goes for a kick. Killer Kelly out of the way. Killer Kelly grabs onto her, and neckbreaker connecting to Rosemary. Remember, folks, TNA will continue to be on 2K23 for roughly the first month of 2K24's release. Probably going to officially move to... Oh, big German suplex. There. Probably going to officially make the jump at TNA versus NXT Worlds Collide after March 31st. So it'll be a bit of a mix of builds on that one. Big punch there from Rosemary. Turns Killer Kelly over, grabs her by the leg, kicks her in the back of the leg. Grabs onto her, pulls her in, and punches her in the head. Rosemary taking down Killer Kelly. Goes on top now, but Kelly counters it around. Killer Kelly's got her down, putting the boots to Rosemary now. Rosemary's starting to get back up to her feet. Right hook connects from Killer Kelly. Killer Kelly chopping away, jabs at her now. Knocking her back. Rosemary grabs a hold of her. Pulling her in now, taking her towards the ropes. Rosemary with Killer Kelly in the ropes. Grabs onto her, tying her up in the ropes, and knee strike. And again. And again. Knocking her down, and Rosemary boots her in the face. Out to the floor goes Killer Kelly. And now Rosemary getting knocked back. Killer Kelly, knee strike, knocks her into the barricade. Leaping clothesline from Kelly. Killer Kelly getting her back up to her feet now. And Killer Kelly with Rosemary, knee strike from Rosemary. pulls her in and sends her into the steps. Rosemary taken down Killer Kelly. Has her down by the leg now, and Rosemary takes out the leg. Killer Kelly goes down again, grabs onto her now. Getting her back up to her feet here. There's a jab, went for an overhand chop, hip toss from Kelly. Killer Kelly back into the ring. Telling Rosemary, stay down. Oh, and Masha grabs Rosemary, sends her back in at 7. Killer Kelly grabs Rosemary, getting her back up to her feet. Goes for a clothesline. Rosemary grabs her, drives her into the mat, taking down Killer Kelly. Into a cover now for the 1, 2, kick out from Killer Kelly. And now Rosemary, distracted by Masha. Killer Kelly swings her around. Rosemary catching her though, and Rosemary sending her off the ropes. They collide now. Killer Kelly sidesteps her, right hook connects, puts her in the ropes. Killer Kelly taking her down. Masha going after a chair, it would seem. Slides a chair in just in case Kelly decides she needs it, I guess. Grabs a hold of her now, does Killer Kelly. Gets Masha back up, drop kick, taking her down. And the referee in her way, giving Masha the ability to get out of the ring. And Killer Kelly taking her out with a dive. A dive on the outside, down goes Masha. Killer Kelly putting the boots to her again now. Kelly's got her down. Killer Kelly goes for the kick. Masha sweeps the leg. Grabs onto her, getting her back up to her feet now. Masha with Killer Kelly into the steps. Down she goes. Back up to her feet at the count of 5. And now Killer Kelly up on the steps. Masha watching on as Rosemary. I've probably called Rosemary Masha a few times, yeah, I'm going to be honest. Into a clothesline now. Killer Kelly going up to Rosemary. Sweeps the leg. Look, doing all 5 episodes in a week plus 2 pay-per-views is a lot, man. Just telling you that now. Very glad we're getting very close to having Ray back on the game. As down goes Rosemary. Killer Kelly into a cover for the 1, for the 2. No! Rosemary kicks out. It's the hair. It's the hair that's doing it. And I know I need to get a better Rosemary. I will do my best to remember to do that before Rebellion. As now Killer Kelly goes for a kick. Rosemary counters. Rosemary. No, Killer Kelly out of the way. And Killer Kelly goes for her. Rosemary kicks her in the head. Rosemary floats back through and goes for a jab, countered. Killer Kelly into a drop kick, taking her down. Grabs onto her, getting her back up to her feet here. Rosemary counters the jab, grabs onto her, pulls her in, gets Killer Kelly up on her shoulders, and Rosemary goes for her. Killer Kelly slides out of it now, taking down Rosemary. Rosemary is down now. Killer Kelly getting her back up to her feet, and Kelly with a drop kick to Rosemary, taking her down. Killer Kelly's got Rosemary down, going up to the top rope. She's got her down now, and Killer Kelly diving knee into the face of Rosemary. Getting her back up to her feet now. Kelly with Rosemary back up to her feet. Kicks her in the ribs, hooks the arms, lifts her up, drops her, taking her down into a cover. For the 1, for the 2, and the 3. Killer Kelly pick up the win here on TNA tonight. Big win there as MK Ultra pick up the momentum heading into Rebellion this weekend. That was only our first matchup. We've got plenty more coming here on TNA. 3 days, we're handling business. You're damn right. Major wrestling gods walking out of Rebellion with all the gold around our waists. That's right, Steph's gonna win the Knockouts title. I'm gonna keep my Ring of Honor TV title, and you already know what to do. Yeah, I'm gonna take Nic Nemeth's little ass, I'm gonna whoop him all over the arena, and I'm gonna take back the digital media title he stole from me back at No Surrender. You're damn right you are, big guy. Then we come for the rest of the gold around here. No one's safe from the major wrestling gods. Not Joe Hendry, not Alan Angels, not the Embassy of Aaron. Nobody. Good. Glad we're on the same page. And now we both know Brian's going to go out there and he's going to soften Nemeth up for us. Yeah. He is, right? Yeah. Well, that being said, we are on to our next bit of action as here comes the most professional wrestler, Brian Myers of the Major Wrestling Gods, down to the ring. Myers looking to soften up the TNA Digital Media Champion tonight so that another fellow member of the group in Moose can take back the gold on Sunday. So Brian Myers has made his way down to the ring. Now here comes the Digital Media Champ. The Wanted Man, Nic Nemeth. Nic Nemeth, a fan favorite amongst the LS11 universe, showed up back at No Surrender where he would he would come out after Moose had defeated Eric Bugenhagen, and Nic Nemeth would challenge Moose then and there because Moose had won in a matter of moments against Bugenhagen. Nemeth ended up kind of gaslighting Moose into giving him a match for the title that Nemeth would end up winning. And so now Nemeth going one-on-one with Brian Myers tonight. Nemeth and Myers one-on-one. Here we go. Brian Myers, Nic Nemeth ducks him. German suplex, taking him down. Myers getting back up to his feet now. Nemeth firing away at him with jabs. Face now, knocks him in the corner. Big forearm strike. Nemeth has got him down. Elbow into the back of Myers now. Nic Nemeth dropping the elbow on Brian Myers. And again, Nic Nemeth with a trifecta of elbows, taking him down. Nemeth. Myers rolls out of the ring, and Myers got with some jabs now. Nic Nemeth fires away, hits him in the face. Nemeth with Myers. Back into the ring. Nic Nemeth follows him back in now, getting him back up to his feet. Nic Nemeth jabbing away at Brian Myers now, knocks him back, kicks him in the ribs. Nemeth punches him in the back, grabs Myers, getting him back up to his feet now. Nic Nemeth goes for a kick. Brian Myers swings him around, and Myers clothesline. Whoa, but Nemeth ducks him now. Nemeth grabs a hold of him, and Nic Nemeth with Brian Myers. For a neck breaker, taking him down. Now Nemeth dropping the elbows again. And one more for good measure. Now Brian Myers is down. Nic Nemeth, what is he thinking here? Nemeth grabs a hold of Myers, pulling him back. Pulling back on the nose now is the Wanted Man. Nemeth takes Myers down. Here comes Brian Myers, though. Myers went for him. Nemeth. Myers turning around into sleeper from Nemeth. Nemeth trying to put Myers to sleep here, trying to knock him out cold. Brian Myers is flailing about, trying to get out of it, though. Brian Myers rolls it through, sliding out now, and takes down Nemeth. Brian Myers now, here we go. Myers, running clothesline again, takes down Nic Nemeth. Drops an elbow in the back now, and now Brian Myers goes for a double axe handle. Nemeth with a kick in the face. Brian Myers back up to his feet now, and Myers now kicked in the ribs by Nemeth. Nic Nemeth goes around. Danger zone! Into a cover. 1, 2, 3. Just like that, Nic Nemeth with a quick and easy victory. Nic Nemeth picking up the victory over Brian Myers this evening. We've got plenty more coming up. Up next, we're going to be seeing Big Damo in action against a man who Might have the size disadvantage, but might be able to outpace the big man. Big Damo versus Speedball Mike Bailey coming up next. So, my buddy Keith and I were talking about how we want to be the TNA Tag Team Champions, and then we're immediately interrupted by Mustafa Ali, who decides that he gets to call the shots around here and decide who gets to be the #1 contenders to the TNA Tag Team titles, huh? Well, the thing with Mustafa Ali is he walked in and he was handed the number 30 spot in the Call Your Shot gauntlet, and not a single person did anything about it. And now we're all supposed to just sit here and believe that Mustafa Ali calls the shots around here. That because he's got the money, he's got this campaign crap, that we're supposed to believe that they're standing behind me, aren't they? Gentlemen. Hello, Chris. Christopher. Our employer sends his regards. Oh, yeah? Is that the case? Not so tough without Keith Lee to protect you, are you? We'll see you on Sunday. Alright, it's time for some more singles action. As here comes Speedball Mike Bailey. Mike Bailey has a chance to take down the Beast of Belfast tonight. Mike Bailey makes his way to the ring, and now his opponent, just mentioned him, the Beast of Belfast. The Irish Monster, Big Damo. Big Damo is set for action against Eddie Edwards this weekend at the Rebellion event. Damo burst back onto the scene here in TNA just a few weeks ago. Showed up and laid out Eddie Edwards and Elijah before their matchup. And now Big Damo competing on TNA tonight. We haven't seen Big Damo before he showed back up a few weeks ago. We haven't seen Big Damo in months. He was part of the NWA Championship mini tournament back at the Heroes Welcome event, but that was it. He was there as a guest that night. Big Damo is now part of the TNA roster again. He has been re-signed to TNA after going away in Season 3. Excuse me, late Season 4. Damo makes his way to the ring. Mike Bailey, Big Damo, one-on-one. Here we go. Damo coming in for a clothesline. Mike Bailey gets taken down with a massive one there. Damo grabs him, and Big Damo grabs him now. Damo lifts him up and drops him. Into a double axe handle attempt. Mike Bailey out of the way. Mike Bailey grabs the ropes and goes for a kick. Damo out of the way. Damo grabs him and back body drop to Mike Bailey. Big Damo's got him again now. Pulls him in. Big Damo lifts him up and power bomb. Damo getting him back up to his feet now. And Big Damo kicks him in the ribs. Pulls him in. Damo hooks the arms. Lifts him up. Takes him down with a power bomb. Damo's got him down now, and Damo getting him back up again now. Big Damo scoops him up overhead, and Damo power slam. Getting him up again now is Damo, and Damo wasting no time in this matchup right now. Scoops him up again. Whoa. Speedball rolls it through. 1. No. Damo. Oh my god. Damo. 1. 2. No. Bailey kicks out. Strike now from Speedball. Goes for a kick. Damo counters. Damo grabs onto him. Pulls him in. Damo grabs onto him and slams him down. Grabs him, getting him back up to his feet now. And Damo pulls him in. Grabs onto him. Lifts him up. And pile driver from Big Damo. And Damo gets Speedball back up to his feet. Big Damo with Speedball into the corner. Grabs onto him. Mike Bailey. Turned around by Damo now, and Big Damo scoops him up on his shoulders, and Damo is looking for the oyster. Plantation. 1, 2, 3. Big Damo with a dominant victory tonight. Damo drops Mike Bailey on his head, plants him with the oyster plantation, and Big Damo wins again in dominant fashion. And that, Eddie Edwards, is the fight you have picked for Rebellion this weekend. Our main event, Joe Hendry and Brian Cage, is coming up next. Before that, we're going to hear from a man who knows Damo very well. We're going to get a little bit of an update on Damo since he's returned to TNA. They asked me to quell the beast that is Big Damo. Our director of authority directly asked me to try and stop him. But Big Damo is beyond my control now. Big Damo cannot be reasoned with. He cannot be stopped. I pray for anyone who catches themselves in his crosshairs. They want me to stop him. They want me to control him. But it won't happen. No one will be able to. It is now time for the main event of TNA. As here comes the Machine. Brian Cage, one half of the TNA Tag Team Champions, alongside Big Bill. Big Bill, Brian Cage, Chris Adonis, these three men make up the TNA branch of the Embassy of Erin. Over in Ring of Honor, of course, we have over on the Ring of Honor branch, we have the Gates of Agony and Mike Bennett. So, the Machine, Brian Cage, ready for action. But he's got to go head-to-head with the TNA champion. Let's get him out here. All you got to do is say his name. There he is, the TNA World Heavyweight Champion. 252 pounds of pure motivation. Joe Hendry. Hendry's been TNA World Champion ever since Bound for Glory at the very beginning of this year, where he beat Samoa Joe for the championship, ended the 500-day reign of Samoa Joe. So Hendry calls himself the answer to all of life's problems. He's been champion for a few months now. He's defended it week in and week out. He faces EC3 on Sunday, and right now he has to go through a man he's battled quite a few times here in TNA in the Machine, Brian Cage. So without any further ado, here we go. Joe Hendry runs in right into a power slam from Brian Cage. And now Brian Cage springboards. DDT to Hendry, taking him down. Joe Hendry getting back up now. Joe Hendry elbows Brian Cage, knocking him back. Hendry grabs onto him, pulls Brian Cage in, and Joe Hendry flattened by the Machine. Brian Cage has got him down now. Right hook connects now, and Cage goes on to Hendry. Brian Cage with Joe Hendry into the corner. Brian Cage for an uppercut. Joe Hendry out of the way. Clothesline. Taking him down now, and Joe Hendry running off the ropes. Knee into the face, taking him down. Back up to his feet now. Joe Hendry. A jab firing away at Brian Cage. Knocks him into the ropes now, and Joe Hendry scoops him up, and Hendry throws him into the ropes, taking him down. Hendry kicking away at Brian Cage now. Joe Hendry's got him. Back to his feet now. Brian Cage and Joe Hendry collide. Hendry's caught now. Brian Cage throws him off the ropes. Brian Cage goes for an elbow. Hendry catching the ropes on the other end now. Hendry runs in. They collide again. Brian Cage grabs him now, and Cage throws Hendry into the corner. Uppercut. Knocks him back. Throws him to the center of the ring. Turns him around. Brian Cage kicks him in the ribs. Cage has got Hendry up now, and Brian Cage looking for... Here we go. Whipping it to Joe Hendry, taking him down. Joe Hendry, though, drop toe hold, taking down Cage. Hendry's turned him over now, grabs the legs, and Joe Hendry turning Brian Cage over into Boston Crab. Hendry with a Boston Crab in on Brian Cage. Is the Machine going to tap out here? No, Brian Cage. Right hook. Pulls the champion in. Rolls him through. Cover on Hendry. Brian Cage for the 1, 2. No, Hendry flips it over. 1. No, Cage kicks out. Hendry now grabs onto Brian Cage, getting him back up to his feet. Joe Hendry firing away at him here, knocking back Brian Cage. Cage grabs onto Hendry, and Brian Cage kicks him in the ribs. Cage with Hendry up on his shoulders and drops him. Hendry back to his feet now, and Joe Hendry grabs Brian Cage. Look at this, lifts him up on the outside for a standing vertical suplex, and Cage's legs catch the announce table on the way down. Referee at the count of 6. Hendry now throws him back into the ring at 8. Follows Cage back in now. Joe Hendry kicking away at the legs of Brian Cage. Cage coming in now. Grabs Hendry. Whips him into the ropes. Down goes Joe. Joe Hendry's down now. Brian Cage grabs onto him now, and Cage grabs him. He was looking for, I think he might have been looking for drill claw. Hendry counters. Has Cage by the throat for standing ovation. Taking him down. Hendry into a cover. Joe Hendry for the 1, 2. No! And the referee with a blatant slow count there. Hendry unable to put down Cage because of it. And now Brian Cage grabs him, pulls Hendry in. Brian Cage with Joe Hendry up on his shoulders and takes him down. Brian Cage now kicks the TNA champion in the ribs. Cage now grabs onto him. Hendry pushes him away. Kicking away at him now. Joe Hendry's knocked back Brian Cage. Goes for another kick into the ribs. Cage knocked back now. Brian Cage coming in. Goes for him. Hendry gets him for a second. Standing ovation to Brian Cage. Into a cover. Hendry for the 1, 2, 3. And just like that, Joe Hendry picks up the victory. Pair of standing ovations putting down Brian Cage. That's going to do it for TNA tonight. I'll see you all at Rebellion on Sunday. If you're watching the rest of the Universe modes, you'll see me tomorrow for SmackDown and Saturday for Survivor Series War Games. That one's going to be can't miss. Until next time, everybody, I've been Xander, and that was Universe.